All right, guys, we're back at it, and boy, oh boy, USC. Right now, it's the Trojans and the Clemson Tigers that are just going hog wild, and the Trojans have actually answered the call here. They got a player from Santa Margarita. They have they also have a guy like Samote Katanga, I want to say, is a great defensive line prospect from the same school, Santa Margarita. So they're finally winning back in California. And Chad Bowden is cooking, right? Let Chad cook. And Chad and Lincoln right now are cooking something really good. This football player is exactly like Wandale Robinson. He is exactly like a hybrid of a 5'11" football player that you can line up in the backfield. You throw a screen to him, and he could take it to the crib. You know, he is – I'm trying to think of, like, he's Tank Dell, but he's 5'11". You know, this is a real speedster. You see he gets up to, like, 21 miles per hour. So even though he runs track and, you know, some guys might have verified times – he runs great routes. You know, like that's great explosiveness off of the line of scrimmage. Like I really, really like that. He already is kind of creating separation down the field. This is this is a good coverage here by this defense because I think it's middle of the field open, too high safety. This should be really hard to attack, you know, and you need to have good line play to give time. And the quarterback here does need to trust his receiver, but watch him catch it in one motion, and now we're absolutely off. And he's going to, you know, go down to, you know, he's going to actually score it. So as a sophomore, he had a ridiculous 26 touchdowns, okay? And there's so much really to like about this player. Some people are going to say he's like the great wide receiver from the Detroit Lions, St. Brown. He is just, I think he's even faster, and he's more where you can even line him up as like a running back hybrid. Like Wandale Robinson at Nebraska was actually their leading rusher, and a lot of times running backs can go play wide receiver, and here he is on specials. He just does absolutely everything. I mean, what a move right here. What a move. What? Little slip and slide, guys. All right, is it Memorial Day BBQ time? He absolutely is a blur. This is a perfect player for Dennis Simons and Lincoln Riley, all right, to utilize. You can never be too fast. And boy, oh boy, we got the high school football now with the lights after the touchdowns. So I know that we have a very far view of this huddle, all right. I can pause it here so I can, you know, circle it with my mouse. He's right here. He's in the slot, so he's a total slot. He could be a slot guy. You see how he rounds the cut? You guys see that? Really rounds the cut. I love that specificness with the route because you got to round the cut so that you shield your quarterback and you shield the football from an oncoming defender. And this takes guts to come across the middle of the field like that, turns and finishes. All right, this football player here, all right, Trent Mosley. He has an older brother who goes to Syracuse University. Both of his parents are outstanding successes. They both, I think, played sports at Notre Dame. They spent a lot of time at the Midwest, so that's really where I think Chad Bowden connected with them, is they're both Notre Dame people. And also the fact that Satanga, his teammate, is committed to USC, they're getting inroads into Santa Margarita. This is a ridiculous play, and here's what I like about the coordinator of this high school. It's simple. Football's about giving it to your best players as many times as possible and putting them in position to succeed. Is this a position to succeed? This is high tide tidal wave. I mean, you're getting absolutely screwed here. My point is that I like that he's used as a running back. I like that he's used in jet sweep because he can go 80. And this is just crazy. I mean, how does he get out of this? This is magician. That's Barry Sanders-esque type play there at the high school level. So he's a very good football player. He's rated a 92 and a 93 by most recruiting cycles, which is solidly as a 4-star and pushing that 5-star. He's probably listed as a top 10 wide receiver in this class. and very effective football player, and his game translates to every single level because what? You can't teach speed, and also he has very good route savviness. So I really like the player. Now, I guess a weakness with a guy who's like 5'10 and a little bit slight is, will he get checked at the line of scrimmage? Will the physicality of the game be an issue? However, I trust Lincoln Riley to utilize these types of players. Let's look at the best wide receivers Lincoln's had. I mean, they are big receivers. He did have CeeDee Lamb, but D.D. Westbrook was an absolute beast at Oklahoma. So maybe Hollywood Brown was also smaller. So Dennis Simons and Lincoln, they'll know how to use this player here, okay, in Trent Mosley. And like I said, his parents are really successful Notre Dame alumni, and his brother, is very intelligent to get into Stanford University. He's a sophomore wide receiver, so comes from a really athletic family. Good cutting ability. Really like the player. And, he's a wide out. There's some running backs that are strictly running backs that are really rated high, that are so tremendously quick that you can miss on in recruiting. There's some running backs that a couple of years ago I thought would be incredible backs that just had lightning speed. But here as a slot wide receiver, that is just more of a given to hit. And again, with the makeup of this player and, the pedigree, the production, this is a great signing for USC. It really is. So I'm really, again, congratulations to Trent and Trent Mosley from Santa Margarita. Really fun player to watch on tape. Really productive, unselfish, plays special teams. This is a good football player for USC.